Hey crafters, it's me, Jen Evers with Quality Crafts, and welcome to another Friday free play where we are making 3D fuchsia flowers and we're putting a little hummingbird on the card. So if that is something up your alley, stick around. I'm going to show you how to do this step by step. And if it's not, or you're watching replay, you can skip through. I'm going to jump right into this project. I'm not going to wait, and then I will put together some of them, and then I will show it again later on for people who jump in possibly later. So what you're going to need are your dies. This is the Spellbinders Blooming Rose. It also works with carnation dies, so if you have carnation dies and not rose ones, do those. And then this one actually comes with the green part for the bottom of the flower. So if you have that, that's great. If you don't, you don't. You can use leaves from other sets and whatnot. I'm going to use a few of these leaves that are in this set today, so I'll be stamping and coloring and cutting out. And then these work the best. Hi, Cindy. These 3 tools from McGill, we have a set of these in the store, are the best ones. These big round ones. Now at the end you've got some smaller ones. These are perfect for doing dotting and that kind of thing. And these tiny ones are also perfect for, what was I going to say? You could draw like really little lines. There's other things that you can do with them, but we're not going to focus on that one today. Hey, Penny. And for ease of use of that, for rolling your flowers, you want something squishy. I have this little teeny tiny like mouse pad, about 1/4 of an inch thick. Whatever you have will work. And then I'll either use this hummingbird or this one. As you can tell in our example here, you probably already saw this. I used this little guy, but if you are, right or left-handed, if you want to put your hummingbird on this side, then you can use this one. I've sold these many times before, leading up to this video, so that you could get the dies if you wanted to do them. So I also have a few left. I have this one that has like a embossed design, if you wanted to try those. That one is a Spellbinders, and it is 10. And then I also have these 4 left, which is the exact one that I'm using, called the Blooming Rose from Spellbinders, and that one is $17.99 if you want to pick one of those up after you view the video. So I'm going to get started with that, and I'm going to show you how I decided to make my leaves and stuff to make things a little bit easier on my end, and I'm going to suggest the way you should do it right off the bat. I chose to do, these were real, bright pink fuchsia flowers, okay? But this time around, I got this look. And if you look, I've got not just one spray, but I've got 2. So I used oxide sprays as well as shimmer sprays. Always do both sides so that you have a little bit of color underneath your flowers. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. We've got most of the color on the outside, but if you look, you can also see color on the inside. So since you can see quite a bit of that on your card, you're going to want to make sure you've got some color on the inside. This one I made for my leaves. Also do the same thing, couple of green sprays and then a shimmer on top. You don't have to use shimmer if that's not your thing. Same on the other side, so that depending on how you want to do it. And you'll see that these are different colors than what I did before. It doesn't matter, do what color you love. And then I thought, instead of having this white background and then trying to figure it out, I'm going to do a blue background. So I have a little bit of shimmer spray on there and a lot of blue oxide spray. So I'm literally going to cut this down in quarters and use one of these as my background. But I'm not going to leave it just plain. I'm going to give it a little bit of depth. Here's a little bit of the color that I made before. I used some of the glaze sprays. So if you haven't seen any of those, you see how shiny that paper got? Those are really fun to work with. And I'm going to get 1/4 of this for our background. Okay. Grab a piece here. And then you need some little stamen, but you can also do it without that. If you don't have any, don't get upset. You can make it without that. It's not a big deal. use what you have. Now, if you don't have any of these specific tools, you can use your fingers to move the flowers around, your fingernails, other tools that you have in your craft room that look kind of like that, the back of a pencil, and what else do I want to mention? Any kind of sprays, any kind of inks. You can use just regular paper, you can use pattern paper, whatever floats your boat, whatever you have in your stash. So I'm going to go ahead and take this one. Instead of just putting down a flat background like this, I'm going to crumple this up and give it a little bit more, some added dimension on there, so that it's not just a plain flat background. Because we're going to cover up a bunch of this, so you're just going to see a little bit of bumps here and there. Hi, Donna. Hi, Beth and Barbara and Sandy. Welcome. So I've gone through the stuff that you need to make it. Given you a couple of tips and stuff and ideas along the way. And we're just setting down the background now. There's a lot of extra spray on here. See my fingers getting blue? So if you want to go ahead and spray that with like a hairspray or something, feel free to do that. I think I probably will do that. Where did I hide my hairspray? Sometimes I get so much stuff, I end up putting things away. So I'm going to use just this Stronghold from probably the Dollar Tree. Put it in my garbage can and just give it a good spray down. And then, this gets one that smells nice. If you're going to be spraying it around, you might as well smell good. I'm going to put down some of these. Oh, I'm going to have to refill it now. You can use wet glue if you want. And then I'm just going to put this down. Just so I don't get all of my hand glue again. I'm just going to use a Post-it note to squish this down to the tape. Ooh, that's much better. Not as much came off that time. Okay, so that's going to be my background. Here you can see where I cut some out of there. So I'm going to move my stuff around. I'm going to use this pink. And I'm going to cut it down so that I've got smaller pieces to put through my machine. Okay. All right. Pull some of these out. Well, this is an idea I got from another video, and a lady who did it, she was very, very immaculate how she did hers. I'm making a version that it takes a little bit less time. I'm kind of fast forwarding how she did hers. Hers is stunning. So if you want yours to be a lot more put together and that kind of thing, I'll try to remember to look that up and post that link so you can see hers. So I'm pretty sure I didn't put them in this time. I have to move, I think, just this one around. I was cutting some other things. You can get 3D embossing folders through your Gemini by using that piece that I just put away in your plastic sheet. But since we're doing little dies, we want to make sure that we get the right sandwich in here. Okay, so that's our base. We're going to have a blue base. You could do a yellow base if you want it to look like sun shining through. But I'm going to cut some flowers. Now you want 2 corresponding flowers. I would say one smaller one for the inside and one for the outside, that kind of thing. So if you've got flowers at home and they're not that big, well then make some big, make some small. It's all the same. It's going to work. It's going to look beautiful. I need a little bit more purple tape, I think. This is not a technique that I've mastered. I just wanted to share it with you because I think that you can move through making these quite quickly, and they're so cute. They're so pretty. Look at that. It's basically just putting everything together and then just playing with the leaves and putting them where you want. And then I use just a little bit of glue to make sure that my little stamens stay where I want them to. You can use wet glue if you're willing to, you know, hold it and wait and let it dry. But I think just, you know, for these purposes, having the hot glue is going to be really helpful. So mine has to be cut side up. And I'm going to run it through my Gemini Junior off here to the left. All right. Kathy, hey, I'm glad you made it too. I gotta get out my little pokey tool. Pokey tool. Well, it used to be on the back of this, but it since has got broken. It's still there. It's still there, but it's not working right. And I just haven't taken the time to look for it. So you can decide which side you like the best in whichever flower you're using. There we go. I think this side and this side look the darkest, so I'm going to go with that. And they're going to be put together a little bit offset. And then we're just going to roll them. And we're going to need a couple of these. So let's get right to making one of them. Hi, Donna's Crafty Creations. I'm just going to pull out 3 of these, I think. There's a big one and 2 little ones. There we go. I do believe there's some of these in the store as well. I like mine the best when there's like one that's a little bit longer than the other ones, so I'm just going to pull that one down a little bit. You'll notice that in these 2, that's kind of how I did it. So like this one, there's 2 that are longer, 1 short. This one, there's 2 short, 1 longer. You can decide how you want them to hang out. It's just, it doesn't matter. It's just personal preference. So those are the ones that I'm going to use in this one. But the first thing I'm going to do is find that little piece here. And I'm going to give these guys just a little roll out here. You can add water to these if you want. I'm not gonna. So this one will go on the outside because it's the larger one. And then the smaller one of the ones that you make will go on the inside. And there again, I said it before. If you want to take your time and do these super slow, like that other lady, and you can just come out with the most gorgeous, stunning, amazing things. I'm just trying to give you the idea of it so you're not scared to try new things, that kind of thing. So I'm going to put these together, toggle them apart like that. I'm going to do a little bit of glue. You could do this with the heat glue, however you want to do it. But I'm just going to put a little bit of glue in there and start getting these guys stuck together. And like I say, I toggle, you know, the space, I put a leaf. Does that make sense to you guys? So like in between these 2, I put that one, and that's how I toggle them. So what's going to happen now, just to get them like that, is that you're going to start pushing these together and folding the leaves in, right? And giving it a really nice folded look. Push it in. And then you can start pulling out some like this if you want. It's totally up to you, however you want yours to sit. If you're making a little bud, you can do like just one. If you want just a little bud hanging out there. And then in the inside of this is where that hot glue is going to go. So I'm going to go ahead and see how far will that go up in there. That looks pretty cool to me. So I am going to clip off a little bit of glue here. Put a little bit on this end to get these guys to stay together. And then I'm just going to put them on the inside. You can even squish your flower together. Stick a tool in there if you want to get it in a certain spot. Like I don't like that sticking out, so I'm just going to move it. Push it into that glue. Here we go. And then you can open it up a little bit if you want it more open. Like I want mine to sit on my card like this. If you want yours to sit like so that all of the little stamen are like on the ground like type of thing, then you go ahead and do that. Okay, my glue is leaking. Let's move that out of the way. Alright, and then before I said that there was, I'm just going to pause here. I'm going to say one thing that's going to make this a lot easier on some people. Don't try to tackle this all in one day, like what I'm doing right now, even though I prepped a little bit ahead of time. Take one day, or hour, you know, I'm saying you're not going to do it probably the whole darn day, but take one day and make your backgrounds like this. If you're gonna spray your backgrounds like I did, just take a day and play around with whatever inks you have, sprays you have, create any kind of backgrounds that you want, and then set those aside and let them dry. And then maybe the next day, take one of your papers and just cut flowers, like all different flowers, so you have plenty to experiment with. Then on the next day, cut leaves, or maybe cut flowers and leaves on the same day, whatever you want to do. Then after you get all that put together, you have all your background sprays and everything sprayed and everything cut out, then you can do this and just sit down and make. That way it's not so overwhelming. So break it down into littler tasks. I need to cut out, so we already did our flowers, those were from there, and I want to use my new green. There she be. I'm going to use some of this, so I'm going to have to cut that too. Cut out some leaves. You don't have to cut all this stuff down, but I cut it down because then it goes through the junior much better. So the regular one you can get a whole piece of paper through, but the junior you can't. So if you're wondering like, why is she cutting that down constantly, that's exactly why I'm doing it. And like I said, any kind of leaves that you want. I like, I'm going to move this guy over. I like this one. This one is the one, and I don't believe I used this on my last one. But this one goes around the flower. You see that one? Okay, so I'm going to cut one of those for sure. And then if you're making really little ones, they have a smaller one in that set. If you're getting that same set, there's a little one. I'm going to use the big one. And then any other kind of leaves that you want. I really want to do some of paper leaves out of these. And I might add one of these in the whole mix as well. So you can add other flowers, however you want yours to turn out. So I'm going to put these down. And while I'm here, I'm probably going to run this one a couple of times so I can have more leaves like that. And maybe that one too, because I'm going to make more than one flower. Hi, Marcel. Hi, Melanie. Hi, Tracy. Oh, I accidentally cut mine upside down. Don't sweat it. The magnet one can take a beating. I've made this mistake a ton of times. It's okay. So I've got a couple of those cut. I'm going to do some more as long as I'm right here. We're not in any hurry tonight because we don't have to rush for a the live. So we're just going to take our time. Thanks, Melanie. Alrighty. A couple for the flowers. There's some leaves. You can make your leaves big, little, whatever kind you like. So while I'm here, I'm going to go ahead and stamp out a few of these guys. Now this way, here's another quick tip. If you want to do your own background before you put your flowers on, stamp, and you want your butterfly, hummingbird, whatever you want to put on yours. If you want to put your little bird onto the paper that it's on and not have to fussy cut and whatnot, go ahead and put him down. Fussy cut out another one if you want to mask off, because then you can mask him and then you can actually spray or color the background all around him so it looks like he was there the whole time, and that way you're not covering him up with another color. Now that I have this one set up the way I want it, I'm not gonna be able to just plop that stamped hummingbird on there. I'm gonna have to do a fussy cut on white and then add him in somehow, and I'm okay with that because I like fussy cutting. So I'm actually using the Gemini Junior. Somebody wanted to know what cutting thing I was using. So while I'm here, I am going to use those big leaves on this set that I told you guys I really like. They're a little bit bigger. You're going to get, instead of having just a plain leaf, you're going to get a little bit of the lines and stuff, so it looks maybe a little more realistic, and then you can pop those in where you want. I'm going to try to get these all on one so I can do more than one at a time. There, if I get them all on the edge. And I'm going to stamp them with Detail Black from Pink Fresh. There we go. I'm going to make a few more of those. I really like that style. I don't think these are all going to make it. Let's just push them down and see what we get. Oh, pretty close. Pretty darn close. Also, if you take the steps that I recommended, you won't have as much stuff all over your desk. All right. I'm going to do a little fussy cutting now. I'm going to cut out those leaves. Hey, Kathy. Now, if you don't want your leaves and flowers and stuff to be super thin, you can use other cardstock. But when you're making the flowers, like these, when I'm talking about this part, printer paper is best. And I used printer paper for all of those because if you don't and you have that super thick paper, it's going to be really hard to get them put where you want to put them. The printer paper makes it super easy for you to just manipulate them and put them down, and a little dab of glue would hold it in place. It wouldn't take much. So, you know, I could have made all of this stuff all way ahead of time. I could have spent a day making backgrounds and some time just cutting out flowers. But this way, I feel like this gives a little bit of balance between those that want to see everything step by step and those that just want to see the product getting done. Can we get a show of emojis? Those of you guys who want to see every step, show an emoji. Just show it and just type in any. I don't even know how to do that really. I know how to do a smiley face. So if you really, really like seeing everything, like from beginning to end, put out your emoji. I'm going to assume if you don't have an emoji that you like things sped up and just create it. Alright, there's one. I have more here, so I'm going to create more flowers. I'm going to do these two big ones again. I like them to be big. Might make a couple of small ones. We'll see how it goes. It's just going to depend on how things fall onto your card and whether or not you like the way it looks. Tracing paper and parchment paper. I think if you could get a color to stay on them, you could use those papers. I think it would be fun. Try it out. Let us know, Beth, how it goes. If you're feeling a little bit lost or lonely, or you need a pick-me-up, or you just want to hang out with the girls, Penny is reminding us that we have Zooms every Tuesday and Thursday at 1 p.m. And I'll tell you what, if you're working, we go until 8 or 9 and sometimes midnight. So if you're looking for us on a Tuesday, a Thursday, or every other Saturday where there's no sale, like tomorrow, come and check us out. Hang out with us. It's on Zoom. If you're in the community, it will be posted at the top of the community group. There will be a link. All you do is click on that link, follow the prompts, and join us. And it's every day is the same time. 1 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time is when we start. When we end, nobody knows. But it's usually late into the evening. So even if you're working, you should be able to come to any of them that you want. You can even mix and match your flowers. Like I got a light pink on here, but what if I added one of the dark pinks in? That would be beautiful. So this little funky little star one that I showed you guys, that's going to go around the flower. I'll show you what I mean here. I'm just going to use my fingernails to just roll these up a little bit so it goes around the... You can use your tools, but like I said in the description, you can use your fingernails, you can use things you've got laying around. Somebody else in the comments mentioned another tactic. I didn't quite catch what she was saying, but I'm sure you were watching some of that. So I'm going to put some down on there. I'm just putting a little at the bottom. I'm not going to do it on all the sides of the leaves because I don't want to attach itself directly to there. I just want the end of it to roll over. So do you see that? It's just kind of like a little strawberry. It just goes around the flower. That's going to look so cute when we get all those on there. All right, let's prepare these two flowers. I just roll up and down and then a little around if you go around in the middle like this, it will start to bring them up. I go down each petal and then circle in the middle, and then you can start squishing them together. So this one's the smaller one. This one's going to go on the inside, okay? And this one, you just pack the leaves around each other and then just give it a little squeeze as it starts going together. And so that one's going inside, so you want to put a little bit of glue on this side, inside of this one, so you can get this one stuck to the inside. And you can do more layers too. You don't need just 2 layers. You can do 3, 4 layers. However thick and beautiful you want yours to be. Completely up to you. I just take ideas from people that I've seen, things that I've seen and stuff that I know, and I make things my way, which is what I'd like you to do. So it looks like some of that is coming off on there, that pink. I forgot to spray that one, but you can spray them if you want. And this one will also have one of these little green ends on it, the little star. So I'm going to roll those with my fingernail. Some people have told me that you don't need Zoom, that you can just click on the link and it's supposed to take you in there. I've had other people tell me that doesn't work. And there are even other times when it just won't let you in. So don't give up, because sometimes I think technology is a little finicky. I give that a little bit of time to adhere to the end of that flower. There we go. Oh, look at that. We could even set it up like that facing out if we wanted to, and then put some fun stuff in there. But I need some of these little stamens. You could even bend these in half and have a whole bunch coming out of one. I'm going to do that with this one. You're not going to see as much because it's going to go pretty deep in there, but I'm going to give it a shot. How cute is that? How cute. See, so you could put some seed beads down in there. You can leave it as is. I'm going to leave mine as is because I think I'm just going to like put that right on there like it's on a vine. This one is going to go flat ski like that. So pretty. Alright. I think I want more flowers. Got plenty of paper left. So I'm going to do some more. How about we do, I want to do at least one more big one. Goes up. Then I'm going to do one smaller one. So that's going to be this one. So sometimes your paper moves and that's why I tape mine down, but I'm going to give this a shot not doing that. And hopefully it'll stay in the right spot. Thanks, Marcel. Hi, Arrow Mama. Here we go. Peel those bad boys out of there. If you had a couple of sets and you had the Gemini, the larger one, you could cut an entire 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper with that Gemini and have tons of these ready to go. However, I'm using the Gemini Junior today, and I can only do 6 by whatever it is. I can't remember what it is. 6 by something. Okay, so I'm going to have this big one and this little one. And we're just going to roll these up again. Now if you wanted to, this would be the time to throw your hairspray or whatever you're going to put on there. I'm not going to worry about it. I could spray seal the whole thing. Which one do I have? I forget, but I've got a spray seal that I have that I could just spray on the whole thing outside once I'm done. I'm not sure if I'm going to do that or not. I think the other thing you could get away with is probably just taking some of these real little ones and just hanging them off the side. Like, let's say you have, like, you create using your leaves a little ivy that's coming down. You could add some of these teeny tiny ones on there as little teeny buds. That'd be super cute. And this chalky stuff is coming from me using the oxides and stuff all together in one. If you don't like that look, if you don't want that stuff coming off, then use the Distress spray stains or the other spray stains that don't have mica in it. I used ones that had a lot of mica in it. The shimmer sprays, because I like those. Alright. Yes, you can do Zoom without face-to-face. So you can choose whether or not you turn your camera and your sound on. I do hope, though, that if you start off that way, that you would become comfortable enough to show everybody your face, because it's kind of disconcerting to some when you can't see who you're talking to. I think once you're there a time or two, you'll realize that it's a super generous and kind community on Zoom, and you won't have anything to worry about. Alright, let's pick our little stamens. I think I'll do 3 this time, and I'll like cut them in half. So I've got like 2 different, I'm hoping I can fit 2 different ones in there. Like 3 little ones in each one. I don't know if that other one will, the larger ones will let me though. Oh, can you hear them crying? Okay, let's go ahead and let these fall flat. That one will be cutesy. And then I'll make these go flat too, so we don't have them all sticking up. So just put a touch of glue. Try to go all the way around it so you don't miss one. And then put it on the inside as far as you can go. I like to do that because then you don't see the glue as much. I don't like to have to see the glue. That's up to you though. That's totally up to you. So like if I have a couple coming down like this, and then I have this little one dangling around the bottom, maybe I'll put this, I haven't totally decided yet, but this set also comes with hey Rosa. Also comes with this little stem, which you could use as your little ivy branch. So I'm going to go ahead, actually you can make this one by just using your scissors and cutting it, but since it's here, let's go ahead and use that. And since I'm doing that, I'm going to go ahead and make a few more flowers. I want one more of these. So I want one of these. I want one more of these for the larger flower, the little star piece. And then I'd like a couple more smaller flowers. So, well, at least one more. We might need a couple more leaves. let's just go ahead and do a couple of those right away. Okay, let's just head for that. We're going with green. Where did I put the little paper? There it is. Okay. There's still some tape on those, so that's what I'm doing. I'm just pushing down on the tape to make sure they all stay in that spot. Oh, my green one stayed on the mat there. Let's pull that guy off because we're going to need him. Okay. That is not working for me anymore. I'm definitely going to have to get another pokey tool. This will, the end of my scissors will work for now, just enough to grab it out of there. You can also use your inks to add dimension to your flowers and your leaves. Oh, I did the flowers in green. Silly me. But anyway, you can go around your flowers with another color if you want to make them two-toned and stuff. You can make rainbow flowers by just making a background of rainbow colors and that type of thing. That would look awesome. Alright, I forgot to put pink for the flowers, silly me. I think I'm going to leave this for now. But I'm going to make a couple more of those little green stems, most likely. I feel like I'm going to use a couple more of those. We'll see how it goes. Oops, I smashed that flower. So what we're going to do is we're just going to push them back together. Okay, and spin it around. There we go. And you know what? If I don't like it standing up, I can always set it on its side. However I want to do. Alright, I have a bunch of my leaves here. We're going to ignore these little green flowers. Maybe I'll use them in something else. And I'm going to bring down this little ivy. That's going to be my little ivy shoot that's got these little flowers coming off of it. Yeah, I'm definitely going to want some more of that. But then I can add leaves to that. So I can start adding my leaves in like right here. You know. So I guess as you go, if you're going to have a bumpy background like me, you're going to want to go ahead and put a little bit of glue on the back of these. And stick them down where you're wanting them to go. Wet glue is going to leave a little bit of a hole just to make sure that stays. Hey Sherry, that's alright. As long as you come to the party, right? It doesn't matter how late you are. I do hope that a bunch of you guys will try out the Zoom tomorrow, though. It's really fun. I look forward to those. Every single one I look forward to. I get a lot done, too. Alright. I am going to create my own little vines here. So those are really easy to make. So if you want to make your own, Look at that. I can finish all the way down to the bottom with that one. Kitty Kato. He really wants more dry food, although I guarantee there's a bunch in there. That's just how he gets. Alright, put that right on top of there. You can't even hardly notice it was a second vine. And then of course you can put vines going out too. Or you can make stems coming up with the flower at the top, whatever you like. It is your project. I'm gonna actually bend this back so I don't have to cut it. That way it won't come off. My fingers are really sticky. Zooms are Tuesday, Thursday, and every other Saturday that there's not a sale at 1 p.m. Happens that way every single time so that you don't have a hard time remembering. So every single video we do is at 5 p.m. Every single Zoom we do is at 1 p.m. I should rephrase that. Every single Zoom we do that's for the cropping, just getting together and making connections, that is always at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time, my time. Alright, so here I want to start adding these guys in. Decide where I want to put them. This guy is the biggest one. I think I'm just going to put him right at the top. Right at the top of that. Go ahead and put your tools on the inside and give it a press too. If you want that glue to adhere, that's a really good tip. Another really good one is your bone folder. If you got a bone folder laying around, that works a lot too. You don't want them falling off. Yeah, that's not gonna fall off. Something fell. Oh, my glue holder. Put that in there. So I think I might actually tear this off and put this on there. So here's the fun part, you know, putting it wherever you want. Oh, there's my other one. Hi, Sherry Larson. Alright, I'm going to leave that for now. I didn't put a little green guy on the top of this little guy. Oh, but you know what? I'm going to put it on this little one. I only have one left, so I'm going to use that one for this one. Okay. It's kind of a medium one. Let's put that there. And then we might want to just put this little one hanging off the edge of that up there. Yep, I think that's how I want it. So I'm going to put a bunch of glue on here. Put him down here. All I'm doing with this is just pushing that down, making it stay. And then this cute little baby one, let's go ahead and hang him from the top there. That's adorable. I gotta save some room for my hummingbird, huh? I might just have to pop him in there somewhere. Cute. Oh, I have another one yet. Maybe I won't need that one this time. Right, Beth? I think that's his issue too. So looking down on it, it looks like that. Looking up on it, you can just see the little inside somewhat. But we've got a nice start there. Now is where you start filling in with all of your leaves. So you can fill in as much or as little as you want. And I want a lot more leaves on here. So I don't know how many I'm going to make, but I'm just going to start putting them on and deciding where I want them to fall. So I'm going to put some in here. I'm lining up the little stems with the little ivy just so that it looks like it was totally supposed to be there. And then you can make these go under or over wherever you want those to fall. That is totally up to you. Also going to put some down here. You see that? How you run them right along the edge of that line or tucked right into a flower so it looks like it was meant to be there. That one I also tucked in. And then I'm going to fold this one up with my fingernail. So I want some of them to stand up. Put that one right there. So you can make this last as long or as short as you want. It depends on how much stuff that you want to put on it. That's all. So if you just wanted to put on a couple of flowers, let's say you made some way ahead of time, and you're running out the door and you just slap a couple of them on, no matter how you do it, it's going to be so pretty. And I'm putting a lot of the little green ones and then one or two of these darker ones along with the stuff. You can set them anyhow. I'm thinking I might put my little guy right there. And he might not fit, so he might be hanging off the page. Because like he'll be coming in like this. So yeah, he won't be on the whole page, and that's okay. I'll show you how to do that. I'm try really hard to get these in the right spot. I love this, and it smells good because it's a new set. Alright, here we go. Let's do this little guy. And this little guy, and coloring him and stuff is not part of the tutorial, but so long as I have him here, I'm going to show you how real simple it can be to just stamp him. I have my extra paper over here somewhere. And again, I'm going to use the black, detail black by Pink Fresh. That looks really good. I'm going to just leave that. I'm not even going to do another one. So my last ones that I did, I used green, blue, and pink. So if you have Wink Stella and you just want to color yours, all I did was add a little bit of blue to the ends, a little bit of pink in the middle and green, and a little bit of green to his belly. So I'm going to try to stick to that same thing, and I'm going to show you with colored pencils. I thought I would use markers, but colored pencils, you can always add more colors. Markers, if you make a mistake, you're kind of stuck in it. So I'm going to use a green. Actually, it's more of like an aqua blue. Let's find another dark aqua blue. Copics would work really well for this. There's one. So let's check this. Actually, this is my... That's really more of a green. I want a blue. What's this one? That's not bad. Let's go ahead and use a little bit of that. So a little bit of blue on the wings, on the edges. On his little tail, although I believe his tail is going to hang off, so we probably won't see that. And then he's got green on his head. And this is just for if you really want extra help deciding. You could make him whatever color you want. He could be rainbow, you know. He can be whatever. So I'm going to put a little bit of green in here. And then he's going to have green on his underbelly. I'm just scribbling it on. I'm kind of making it a little bit darker toward the edges. And then like a bright pink. This one looks good. With that one. And I'm just going to put that like next to the green in the wings. And it looks like I want just a little bit off the wings, just onto the top of the body, right where it's attaching. A little red or pink throat. And I'm going to do a real light through here so he's not all white. We don't want to be all white. But that's about it. Just a little bit of color here and there. You can make them as bright or as beautiful and wonderful as you want. I am going to add a little bit of light blue mixed in with my dark blue to make it look shaded in, to cover just a little bit more of those wings. And I do hope those wings show a little bit. Nope, they're not gonna. They are not gonna. Well, it just depends on how close we can get in. Let's go ahead and fussy cut him out and see what we're working with. I'm gonna close my glue up. Thanks, Kathy. Appreciate that. Alright, I'm going to fussy cut him out. And of course his wings are not going to get used, but I'm not sure where I'm going to cut him off yet. I might just let him hang off that card. We'll see. He's got a little tuft on the back of his head. I just went ahead and cut that part off. I don't really want to have to deal with that. I want to be really careful I don't chop off his little beak. That is super important. And then his little feeties, I think that's what these are, all wrapped up here. Cut those up. I'm not sure if they have color on their feet or not. If somebody knows, they can let me know. If you get him on there and you decide, wow, he just doesn't have the colors, I want him to be more blended in, you can give him different colors. That's totally up to you. It's your art. You know what? I have a little too much white on his beak there. Better. Alright, let's see how we can get him on there. We could get his little beak right in there. Oh, look at that. His wings almost fit. Oh, see, I could leave him hanging off. Wouldn't that be cute? Come on, camera. Super picky camera today. Or maybe I'm just shaking too much. I can't tell. So anyway, I think that is the perfect place for him. I could pop him up, which I'm gonna, because I think that would be adorable. They're kind of gray, their feet are? Okay. Well, then I'm just going to leave them as is. Yeah, I'm not going to chop them off. I'm going to let them hang too. I think that looks really cute. I'm going to tip him just a little bit more so he looks like he's going more up towards that flower too. Whoops. Look at that. That's so cute. So then you can add your little glossy accents or Winkostella or whatever kind of shiny brush you have. I think mine is Spectrum Noir. Yep, and here it is. So I'm going to add a little sparkle to him. I'm just going to make sure I don't have too much coming out. I'm just going to add some right over the top. Some of this coloration here. Oh, wow. Wow! That is so pretty. So pretty. I have to try to make sure I can get that. I want you guys to see. I just need this dude. Come on, camera. Don't be so irritating. There we go. I started with the flower. Maybe that's why it was being picky. Can you see the shimmer on his wings when I turn it? Look how pretty that is. He's all shimmered up. That's adorable. So yeah, I'm thinking, wow, that background's really blue. I might have wanted to tone that down a bit. Wow, that's so cool. Check that out. So yeah, I'll try to link below that gal that I got the idea from. Hers are just miraculous. And you can put them in little, you know, window boxes and stuff too. And it's just crazy cool. And you can add other flowers. Like I was thinking I wanted to add this little flower to it too. I don't really have a room for it now. Maybe that'll be another. Maybe that'll be another. You know, another video. But look, I've got extra flower here. I might be able to just add that into this one and finish it off. Maybe paint in a background or something. But that's stunning. I don't have this one on a card base though. So what I'm gonna do is put it on one that's top folding. And I don't get rid of any of this paper. Like maybe this one because I cut right out of the middle of it. So that's going to go. This one too. But I've got more. So I'm not like done. If I want to pull this out and do another one, I have a whole half a sheet of every color I made. Plus more. And I could do two-toned because I also have these And this green that I added some speckles of brown to, I thought that was fun. So just go crazy and make all your own colors and stuff. I'm going to do a little bit of cleanup here. I'm pretty sure there are little white stamen like this in the shop somewhere. I can't recall how much they are or how much you get. But I assure you, like, I hardly touch this, right? It's going to last me forever. One of those things. So I keep all this stuff together so that I can use it for other projects. I still have leaves all over this, so I'm not going to get rid of that. I'm going to save that, because one of these days I'm going to do flowers again. I'm going to set that off to the side. These tools, you can still buy those. We've got one in the store right now. I also have these other extra, my little mistachios and my little leaves. I'm not going to throw those out either. So I used the deep red one on that one. And then for this one, I used the Paper Roses kit. So I hope that I used both of them so that whoever bought which ones would still get an idea of how I used each one. And it's really up to you how you like it. Maybe you don't like this, you know, maybe you like pastels or you want to grunge it up or whatever you're into. I am going to get back to what I said I was going to do here with my card. I just want to clean up some because I got such a mess going on. All right. I'm going to turn off my glue gun too. I think I'm done with that for now. So I'm going to go 5.5 on this one. And then fold that back. I think to get this on, I'm going to go ahead and put this in my garbage can and spray on my beacon spray. Now my beacon spray, because I didn't clean it properly, it shoots like one little spray. So it should spray in a nice even wide spray, but it doesn't anymore. Oh, that time wasn't so bad, but I got glue everywhere. I just wiped this off and put the cap back on. But always keep that clean. You might even want to spray it till it's empty and then start again. It's only $1. You can get that at the dollar store. So if you look, you can see that it doesn't spray like it should anymore, but there's enough on there, and this is heavy enough that it's going to work out just fine. I have a second to slide it up and make sure it meets all the corners before it's not going to move for me anymore. And then anywhere I can push, I'm just going to push it down, get it to stay. And so now I have a card that's going to stand up. And the flowers are super 3D. It's beautiful to look at. If you had a little light on it, it would be really cute. Fabulous, though. It's fabulous. I would like to see you guys put out some things that you make, either with flower dies that you have that now you're looking at it going, oh, I might be able to do something with those flowers. That would be really cool. Post them in the Quality Craft community group so that we can see what you're making. Not enough of you guys are posting in there. It seems like a ghost town unless the swaps are showing up. But that's your space to show off, to ask questions, to get tips, whatever you want to do. I guarantee it's a safe place because we do not allow drama and we don't have any commitments. So you're not required to do anything to stay in the group. And if there's drama, I deal with it quietly and swiftly and you probably won't even notice it. So it's a friendly, kind, inspiring, fun place to hang out. And then we do hope that you'll join in the Zoom so you can get to know faces and names because that's even more fun. Thanks, Rose. I appreciate that. Oh yeah, Kathy. I've done that too. Put them in hot water and spray them out. I just don't clean it, and I know I need to. I've got a couple of other sprayers that I just didn't clean, and now I have to buy spray toppers for them because a couple of them I tried to clean out and it didn't work. It didn't work for me. I think I I maybe have shook it wrong or who knows what. So yeah, does anyone have any other questions or either about the group or the video or anything before I take off? Remember those for you guys that are coming in or that came in a little bit later after we started. I hope that you did get to see the making because I did it twice, some in the beginning and some in the middle. But I do have extras of these sets. I have extras of this set, and I have one extra of this set, which is a little bit different, but this one is used and it's 10, and these are brand new and they're $17.99. This is the exact set I'm using today. So if you want to check those out or you want one added to your bin, you just let me know. And that's it. Hey, Joanne. Joanne Garland, welcome. New and fumbling along. Well, know that you can rewatch. You can come into the group. We'll help you out any way we can. We'd love to have you. I'm just going to wait like a little bit because I know there's lag. I don't want to jump off of here and somebody be like, oh, I didn't get to ask my question. I'm going to save this piece too. There's some leaves that could be cut out there. Yes, Sherry, I hope to see you too. Thank you. I can't wait until that Zoom tomorrow. It's going to be super fun. Oh, you know what I just noticed? Do you see where there's ended up a little bit of mud along here, even though I was spraying all blue? Wouldn't this be pretty with splats of brown? I might do that later. Yeah, for $1. I mean, it's cheap. $1 for that stuff. If you can find it, stock up. I love it. Saving my other little flower, obviously, because it's adorable. Whoop. Posted down in the description box below should be all the links to that. Otherwise, you can find Penny Jo Ratcliffe on Facebook or Jen Evers on Facebook and get in touch with us. We'll help you out. Do you have more of the 3 deep red hummingbirds? Of this one, the little deep red hummingbird? That's a good question. I'll have to look. I don't know. The blue and the green, all the stuff that is created here, I sprayed either with oxide sprays or oxide spray and shimmer sprays all together, shimmer and oxide. Now, if you don't like that chalky, like I got blue chalk on my fingers, a little bit of pink chalk got on my little mat. If you don't like that and that bugs you, you can either spray it with hairspray, which is what I did in the beginning, or you can just not use oxides. Use Distress Spray Stains. Well, you don't want to use the other ones because they also have mica. Just use whatever sprays or do the backgrounds with your makeup brushes or your Tim Holtz brushes, all that kind of stuff. Make your own background. That would be an easy way to do it. So that was just a blue sprayed piece of typing paper. I use typing paper for all of it because it gives you a lot more room to manipulate that paper. Like if you want these leaves to have more dimension, you can squish these too. I mean, check it out. It's going to make your card look a whole lot different if they're pinched up and they look like actual leaves, like maybe this one's blowing over in the wind. I mean, you just don't know. However you want to do that. But you see, now they look a little more realistic because they're popped up and not just flat, hanging there. So feel free to manipulate all your pieces too. That's cool. You're going to order by the case? Oh yes, that's what I should do. Alright guys, I'm glad you enjoyed this one and you love these. I want to see what you can make. Use whatever you have. You don't have to use what I had just experiment with all the stuff that's around you, because I know that you have tons of stuff. But if not, and if you want one of these, you let us know. We've got a few on hand. I can't wait to see you guys next video, but also please come to the Zoom. You won't regret it. It's super fun. And I will, just for old time's sake, because some people might get upset. I cannot wait to see you guys next video.